Hi, this is your second asana warm-up practice for Yoga Nidra for the month of July. In our first practice, we did all of it in a seated position, and this one will be standing and doing a little more active movement. So go ahead and start by coming onto your mat, bringing your hands to heart, shrug the shoulders back and down, and come into Tadasana. Allowing the four corners of your feet to sink down into the surface beneath you, toes are floating. And as you inhale, feel your chest lift, your collarbones broaden, your shoulders come onto your back. Simply noticing your breath. Allowing the mind to slow. And letting go of all the thoughts that are passing through about whatever happened before your practice. Maybe thinking about what you need to do after your practice. Just let it go. Allowing yourself to come into this moment, into this present moment. And then as you're ready, go ahead and just gently open your eyes. And as you inhale, reverse swan dive your arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive down to the mat. Nice and slow, inhaling, coming up. And exhaling, coming down. Very deliberate and mindful movement. Feeling the muscles in the body as they take you through this pose. Moving at the pace of your breath. And this time, as you come down into your forward fold, let's go ahead and stay there. Take a couple breaths here. Feet are comfortable distance apart so you feel really nice and balanced. Soften the knees. Pick the toes up and set them down, starting at the little toe one by one. Letting the toes float on the mat. Head is hanging heavy, making some yes motions or no motions with your neck, whatever feels good. And then making soft fists, start to kind of tap all around each of your legs. Waking up the fascia, tapping up the buttocks and the belly, the stomach, as far up as you can reach on your back, on your chest. And then taking each fist, just tap up either arm. And then come on to fingertips and just tap around the base of the throat, the neck, up onto the face, onto the head and scalp. And bring your arms to your side and just enjoy for a few breaths the sensation that you've created as the echo of that tactile body. And when you're ready, let's go ahead and stitch the big toe sides of our feet together. And inhale, bring your arms overhead, and I'll show you since my hands will be off video. Interlace your fingers and let your index fingers point towards the sky. Line your ears up between your arms and drop the shoulders down from the ears. Take a nice deep inhale, and then when you're ready, go ahead and come to the right. Take that top armpit, roll it open a little bit so that your shoulders and your hips are square with the front of your mat or the direction that you're facing. Finding that left side body, use an inhale to stretch the left shoulder a little further from the hips. If you can come over a little bit more. And inhale up and exhale to the left. Stretch long out of that right side body. And inhale up. Press your hips forward as you inhale and elongate. Exhale, come back. And press your lower jaw up against your upper jaw so that you stretch the front of your neck. Inhale, come up. Exhale, bring your arms straight up from your shoulders, step your feet wide. As you exhale, bring your left hand down to the mat as your right hand sits palm down on your sacrum. Find some length, and as you exhale, twist to the right, look up. Exhale, turn your body towards the floor. Take your right hand, place it where your left hand was. Take your left hand and place it on the small of your back. Nice deep inhale, create some length. And as you exhale, twist to your left. And exhale. Bring both hands down, roll all the way up. Bring your feet even wider apart so that when you raise your arms straight out, it's almost like you would for Warrior Two. Your ankles are underneath your wrists. Make sure both your feet are facing forward, feet are parallel to one another. And as you exhale, we're going to come over to the right, kind of coming in to a lunge. Arms are reaching forward. You can come up onto that left heel. And then inhale, come up. Exhale, come to the other side. Come over to the left. Let the right toes come off the mat if you'd like. If it's more comfortable to keep your hands down here, you can. Let's come back to the first side. Inhale up. Exhale to the left. And inhale, come all the way up. Bring your arms straight out and then cactus the arms on either side of your head. Bring the heels in, drop the tailbone straight towards the mat and come into Goddess. And as you exhale, take your right arm to the leg, reach your left arm up and over. Look up. Back into Goddess. Let the inhale go by as you lengthen, and then let's go to the opposite side. Right arm reaches over. And inhale, come up. Go ahead and reach up. Bring your feet parallel, hands to your hips. Take a nice deep inhale and let your heart come down towards the mat. Slowly, eventually bringing your hands in line with the feet, pressing the heels away from one another. And then go ahead and rock the crown of your head to the earth or to a block. And either of those options might be a little far today. And if that's the case, that's all right. Just come into a comfortable forward fold. Taking a few breaths here. Letting the heels press away from one another to create space in the SI joint. Inner spiraling the thighs a little bit. And inhale, come into a wide leg tabletop. Hands are on the mat, wrists are directly underneath the shoulders. Find your footing here, and then bring your hands to your hips and slowly roll all the way up. Heel toe your feet back together. Come to standing on the mat. Bring the arms to the side, coming into mountain pose. Dip the chin just a little bit. And bring hands to heart. From here, you can make yourself comfortable on the mat for Yoga Nidra, or maybe just come down onto your mat and spend a little bit of time in Shavasana before you go about your day. Namaste.